Please welcome to the stage, it's me, Leo Mars! It's very warm here, it's very warm in here. Thank you so much for coming. Hello. Yes, that's how I like to start my shows. Hello. And now the trousers, no kidding. And now it's your turn. No. No, that would be incredibly uncomfortable in a room like this. Hello. Thank you so much for coming on a Wednesday. You must be incredibly cool people to be out so late. How are we all doing? Good. Is this, what number of shows have you seen today? 4?
This is like 7.
7?
My first one.
First one, a virgin, good. Love that. Very good.
Yeah.
Nice. Do we know what this day is called amongst fringe performers? Anybody knows? It's called Suicide Wednesday. Yes, exactly. Because there's only one in the fringe, and this is the one. It's always the last Wednesday. Wednesday is always the worst day for audience members across the board, usually. So thank you very much for coming. But also by this Wednesday, by the last Wednesday at the fringe, the performers will know if they had achieved the next step in their career or if they paid about 15k for mental breakdown. So if some shows were cancelled today, maybe check in on your performance on Instagram. Maybe DM, still alive. No, but thank you so much for coming. Quick disclaimer at the beginning. Yes, I am gay. Surprise! Thank you very much. That's a much better reaction than I got from my girlfriend at the time. She was not happy. Just quick canvassing. Do we have queers in?
Yeah.
Very good. Allies?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh.
Any allies?
Sorry, we're doing even more enthusiastic.
Okay, yes, very good. Ally?
Yeah.
Wonderful. So you dragged him here.
He's my brother, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was going to make like a seduction joke. This is like
No, better not.
But I guess not. I mean, to be fair, we're not kink shaming in here. Nice. You're an ally on your own?
Yes.
Okay. Secret boyfriend? No. Okay.
Not yet.
Could be. Let's talk after the show. Wonderful. And you are friends?
Friends, yeah.
Nice. Do you have partners?
No.
Oh.
You know what it's like in the game.
We'll change that tonight.
I mean, I was like, I'm in the right place.
Yes. We will talk about them later. You're a couple?
We broke up last Monday.
Wow! And you are here together today.
We're still living together, so we're still hanging out together.
Okay. I mean, it's not like they bought tickets for this, right? It's like free. So this is a choice to be here. Love that.
We're good.
I would ask if you were lesbians, but I mean, because it's sort of their shtick usually. Right? You have to keep the football team together somehow. Okay, how long have you been together?
3.5 years.
3.5 years, okay. You're the spokesperson of the relationship. Good, Chuck does. Which means Lee's the bottom. No, I'm kidding, no, sorry. That's me. Just the allies laughing way too loud at that. This is what we call straight pride. Love that, wonderful. And you came together? No, okay, cool, wonderful. Solo travelers, nice. We can be uncomfortable together today. Wonderful, welcome. I have to tell you that there's a second part of my personality, and that is that I am German, right? I have a German citizenship. I didn't grow up in Germany though, I grew up in Switzerland, right? Specifically in the little part of Switzerland where they speak German, or like the locals call it, German! Nationalities quickly, do we have Scottish people in?
Yeah.
Scottish people from Edinburgh?
West Coast.
Okay. What do you think about the fringe?
It's really hard to get a bus.
Yeah. So he says that. Can you see the hatred in his eyes? It's like, fuck off, everybody. No, okay, yeah, I get that. I do apologize. I'm so sorry, but I do love attention, so that's why I'm here, isn't it? Okay. Where are you from?
America.
America?
Wales.
Nice. Okay.
England.
England.
Poland.
Poland. Nice. Welcome.
Swiss.
Swiss. Ooh, grüezi. And you?
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Ireland.
Nice. And you're friends across borders?
We lived together for the past year.
I
Oh,
studied it in Ireland.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Until, was it last week? you moved out?
Yeah.
nice.
So, it's our last
So, it's a goodbye.
Yeah.
So very similar, really.
The exact same, yeah.
Minus the messy fucking. But okay. I mean, we don't know. There's still time.
We're in a hostel, so you never know.
I mean, I said messy, didn't I? Okay, Switzerland. Where in Switzerland?
Graubünden.
Graubünden. Okay, so nobody will understand you, and
No.
you won't understand what I'm saying either. Okay, no, wonderful. Graubünden, they have. I mean, we'll get to it. It's fine. It's fine. Glad nobody brought a sheep.
Was that a pub at the Welsh as well?
Huh?
Was that a pub at the Welsh as well?
I mean, if you want to, if you want to.
I can say it sounds like we've got a similar reputation.
I mean, there is this category on Pornhub, and the hits are highest in Welsh and Graubünden. It does happen. I didn't want to say it. I mean, you will know this, but the issue with the German speakers in Switzerland is that they don't speak proper German, right? They speak Swiss German. Apart from you, anybody heard Swiss German before? Anyone been to Switzerland?
I'm going for the first time in 2 weeks. But
Okay,
my
cool.
mother is from there.
Okay, rich, nice, very good, very nice. Don't forget that when it's time for donations. Anybody else been to Switzerland? No, okay. I mean, Swiss German very much sounds like Ja, können Sie bitte mal das Küchenkästchen öffnen? Ja, danke vielmals.
Yeah.
Very much like you're sort of choking on something, but not in a good way. That's a joke your brother will understand, and he will explain it to you later. But then if Swiss people get excited, which they rarely do, right? But if they do get excited, their language very much descends into like which just meant hello, how are you? That's how Swiss people greet each other. Doing stand-up comedy in Switzerland can be quite difficult, right? Because Swiss people aren't that funny usually. They don't have enough opinions for that. But it can even be hard to find Swiss people to come to your comedy show, right? This is a rarity. Thank you very much for coming. Because Switzerland famously has a lot of nooks and crannies, so to speak, right? For example, did we know that every single house in Switzerland has to have a darkroom? A bunker in case there's a nuclear war, right? It's true. Switzerland will be neutral, but they are ready. Can you imagine how smug Swiss people feel about Trump? So, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. We are ready. Tariffs, we invented that shit. Yeah, no, it's great.
Would fuck him up.
Yeah. Oh, they give him presents. That's what Swiss people do. Or write a very softly worded letter of complaint. Welcome to Switzerland. No, but if you really want to find Swiss people to come to your comedy show, right, you sort of look around for a very nice house with a very nice garden, because that's where Swiss people will be sitting, right on the fence. That's where Swiss people like to be. Try and get an opinion out of a Swiss person? Impossible, right? Whether Nazis good or bad, I don't know. How much gold do they have? That's a little history joke for you there. Usually splits the room. Not because it's particularly offensive, more because of the state of the British education system. I also try and distance myself from my German heritage a little bit, right? I wonder why. For me, that mainly means that I try to lose my German accent in English, right? I worked really hard to lose my German accent because I think a German accent in English sounds incredibly terrible and very bad, very much like I want to draft you all into the Wehrmacht! But yeah, it's still sort of lingering around a little bit, right? Just like the feeling of guilt about the fact that my granddad lives in Argentina now. Very happy day. But the whole sort of craziness for me of being gay in Switzerland for me started when I had my first time, right? I had my first time when I was quite young, and that was because I had a school crush at the time, right? I had a school crush, and in my teenage mind, I was inevitably going to get with this guy, right? Inevitably. I had it all planned out. We would have a meet cute. He would drop his books. I would help him pick them up. Our hands would brush. Our eyes would meet, and then he would finger me in the toilet. I had very high aspirations. But God forbid I am a virgin at this point, right? God forbid. I wanted to have experience. I wanted to be a vixen, a temptress, a seductress. So I made an action plan to get some practice in, right? I wanted to practice with somebody that didn't matter to me. I wasn't out at the time because we still had PE, and I wouldn't have survived the changing room without a boner. So the only way I celebrated my sexuality was by being in incredibly dodgy chat rooms, right? They had to be dodgy because in my mind, if I submitted any kind of information, even a fake email address, 2 days later the police would have come to my mum's house and would have gone, "You lady have a gay son." Obviously that's silly, right? We don't have police in Switzerland. We throw money at people and ask them to be nice. Works a treat. But in these chat rooms I was sort of looking for like a sugar daddy figure, couldn't really find one, so I eventually settled for an artificial sweetener daddy. It's the same thing, it's just less filling. The taste is the same. But what then followed was absolutely insane, right? Think about it. But in my teenage mind, it was absolutely fine. Because this guy suggested that we would meet. I would wait at an intersection. He would then drive by in an unmarked windowless van. I would then get into the van. We would drive together to a remote location where we would get into the back of the van and do the deed, right? I happily agreed, right? And this should have been natural selection at this point. Really. It's a wonder that I'm alive today. No, but in the end, it all went well, right? I successfully lost my virginity to a married man in a cargo van. It's a very odd thing to cheer, but okay. We'll let it slide in. Sorry. So sorry. Throughout this whole thing, I asked this guy repeatedly, "Am I doing well?" Right? And we can there spot very early on an incessant need for validation. I was destined to do stand-up and therapy. I can tell you now, I'm only doing one of those. But did this whole elaborate attempt at getting murdered work, right? Did I get my meet cute with my school crush? Of course not, right? To this day, my school crush does not know that I exist. He now has 4 kids, a second-hand Volvo, and a semi-detached. He's very happy. I'm friends with his wife on Facebook. We trade recipes for meth. She's much more fun than him, really. But the big problem of growing up gay in Switzerland was that Switzerland is incredibly nice, but it's incredibly boring, right? It's nice, but boring. Nothing really happens in Switzerland. Let me put it this way. Do we know Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice. Excited about the new album?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I saw her last year.
Ooh, insane. Let's talk after.
Of course.
We'll compare videos of Taylor Swift. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. I just clocked what kind of show this is. What kind of comedian I am. So, yeah, we'll do that. Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, sold out globally, right? One concert in Switzerland did not sell out. Think about it, the whole population of Switzerland fits into one stadium, and not everybody in Switzerland has taste, clearly. Hello!
Sorry to the party, but
Yes, you are. Wait, you were at the Mexican show before?
Yeah.
And now you left, and now you're coming in here?
I finished.
Yeah, okay, wonderful. Absolutely, please join us, please join us. Please join us. Hello, hello, hello. Comedy marathon. Comedy marathon.
Short marathon.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Not right now. So eager. I thought there's an echo in here now. Get it? Big hole joke. Anyway. Very brave to sit in the front row, or the splash zone, like I like to call it. No, it's fine. You can be absolutely fine. There will be an uncomfortable amount of eye contact between you and my crotch, but that's no. I'm so sorry I said that. How old are you? I should have really asked this before. 16. Fuck. Cancelled immediately. No, you're
24.
wonderful.
Very high.
Nice.
No worries.
As a compliment, you look younger, so I was scared for a second. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. What have you missed? I'm gay. These two guys have broken up, but are here together. These two are brothers from Switzerland. Straight, gay, correct? Yes, wonderful. I'm gay. Surprise! The guy in a crop top's gay. And I'm telling about why Switzerland is incredibly boring. Taylor Swift, we know her?
Yeah.
Heard of her? Yes, wonderful. She had one concert in Switzerland, did not sell out. Why did it not sell out? Because the whole population of Switzerland fits into one stadium. Not everybody has taste, clearly. It is taste because everybody in Switzerland has money. That's true. She released a statement afterwards she would not play Switzerland again. Right? Personal tragedy for me. I left the country immediately. It gets worse. Do we know Heidi? Obviously. Heidi, right? Little girl that lives in the mountains, national treasure of Switzerland. Heidi big in Poland?
I thought she's Austrian.
She isn't. That's the Sound of Music. They were killed by the Nazis. Heidi didn't. Think about it. They fled over the mountains into Germany, and there's no part 2 of. I wonder why. I wonder why. Anyway, Heidi. No. Heidi is a national treasure of Switzerland. Little girl that lives in the mountains. Heidi has a best friend, Clara. Right? Clara uses a wheelchair. Halfway through the legend of Heidi, Heidi pushes her disabled friend Clara down a mountainside just for entertainment. That's how boring Switzerland is. Absolutely terrible. So I left Switzerland. I moved to UK. I moved to UK at the beginning of 2020, right? And me moving to a city with 1 million gays, single. What could go wrong? Everything. No, but I mean, London opened my eyes, and not only my eyes, to so many new things, right? For example, did we know, I learned a lot, right? Did we know that there is a gay version of rock, paper, scissors? It's called rimming popper syphilis. Amazing! Everybody loses all the time. If you play it and you don't draw poppers, it's awful. No, it's a fun game. It's a fun game. But in truth, I am now in a relationship. Hooray! Thank you very much. That is a closed relationship, so my boyfriend keeps reminding me. But he's not here, so let's catch up later. Were you open?
No.
No. Okay. That's
I'm
fine.
open.
What?
I'm open what?
Oh, hello. Oh, open like in wide or just in a relationship?
In general.
Okay. Oh. So for you're propositioning every man in here. Is that what I'm getting?
Why not? Yeah. It sounded like an hour ago. Why not?
Okay, my audience is more slutty than me. I don't think you'll need poppers, either of you, really. Sorry, that was a mean joke. I'm so sorry. No, what happened an hour ago?
I just got here an hour ago. Like I flew from Ireland.
Oh, okay.
So straight.
I mean, is Scotland more horny than Ireland? Is he likely to find more?
I don't know.
What is your estimation, Edinburgh?
I think I'm about the same.
For the gay scene?
Yeah.
Bigger population, I suppose.
It's a bit shit.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what's your CC Bloom's is the local gay bar. What's your estimation? What is your review?
I a Wednesday night?
It's,
Nah.
it's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, I mean Suicide Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
No, sorry, that was a callback to an earlier joke. It's not that serious, don't worry. All good. It's not that kind of show. My dad's alive. Have we seen any Fringe shows? It's an incredible trope. 40 minutes. Usually the dad died. Spoiler. Sorry. No. Okay. Have you been clubbing, cruising here before?
No, it's my first time here.
Okay.
I've
Cool.
been to London though.
No. Oh,
So-
okay.
I
Yeah.
got what you're
Yeah.
saying, yeah.
I saw there's a
Right.
yeah, the predatory look in your eyes. That's fine. No, I mean it turns me on, but I don't know about everybody else.
Should we start?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I'm in a relationship, right? But before I entered this closed relationship, I'd done my time, right? For years, I'd been on the front lines of sluttery. For years, I'd been a member of the London Slut Battalion. For years, I've ridden down these trenches. The only thing that could keep a dutiful slut like me from the front lines was when I got an STD, right? I was very much a hunter and gatherer. I hunted for men, I gathered STDs. I'm fine now, don't worry. You can sit in the front row. It's all fine. It's all fine. How many times did you get one? I hear you ask. Thank you very much. Let me put it this way, I started to call chlamydia the gay flu. And I was on a first name basis with all the staff at all the London sexual health clinics. It was great. But I also have a confession to make, right? I sometimes enjoyed getting an STD. I sometimes enjoyed it. Because think about it, it's a bit of downtime, right? It's 7 days where you don't have to go out, you don't have to socialise, you don't have to shave. If you're a bottom, your water bill goes down dramatically. Anyone surprised that he's laughing, that you are laughing at this too loud? No. No.
Yeah.
So I can sort of guess why you're here. I can guess why you're here. Why are you here?
We're together, we're all friends, so
You just love to be uncomfortable. Or watch your friends be uncomfortable and horny. And I did this to everyone in the room, so don't feel singled out. But straight, maybe.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
Okay,
guys,
okay.
Bye.
Nice, wonderful, welcome. Thank you very much for coming. The only serious thing I can say. No, I mean, so it's a bit of downtime, right? It's an ST me time, if you will. It is. During the time I was recovering from an STD, I turned into what I call a sex vegan, right? Because during that time there was no foreign protein involved. Finest comedy writing here. You're absolutely welcome. But when I first moved to London 4 years ago, at the beginning of 2020, 5 years ago actually, I didn't really know what I was doing, right? I was young. I was romantically challenged, or single and lonely, if you want to be mean about it. I'm so sorry, that felt like a personal attack to you. It's not, it's really not. It's really not. No, but luckily God only gives you what you can handle, right? So the first guy I met in London had 6.5 inches and not a hair's breadth more. He is here today, thank you so much. I mean, he's straight as long as the sun's up, right? No, thank you so much, Stephen, for coming. He comes to all of these, it's so nice. It's so nice. No, but then that soon changed, right? I went out, I went on all the apps, I went on Hinge, Tinder, Grindr, Fist Me Now. That's what we met. Really. It's a real app, look it up. Not on your work laptop though. But then, yeah, I mean, I moved here, right? I felt incredibly welcome, I have to say. Lots and lots of people in the UK are incredibly welcoming to queer people. Back in rural Switzerland, straight people still spit at the gays,
Whoa.
and we have to pretend we're not incredibly turned off by them. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum, yum. But then soon the pandemic hit, right? Everything was shut down, nothing worked anymore. But hey, the gays be damned if a global pandemic keeps them having fun, right? So what surged in popularity? Cruising. Do we know what cruising is? Yes? 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 Ooh. Okay, interesting. So this is where the BBC funding is going to come through. This is going to be very educational for you. There will be loads more of this. I mean, loads is an unfortunate choice of words, but we'll get there. No, they're not that bad, don't worry. No, but like, cruising is basically gay men meeting in the woods having a good shag, right? So very nice to do during the pandemic. The question, did I participate in cruising during the pandemic? Well, let's just say I had a lot of trousers with quite muddy knees at the time. But for me, cruising was quite interesting, right? Because in Switzerland, cruising is very hard to do. It's because of the echoes in the Alps, right? Smack, 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 smack. Harder, 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 harder. More lube, lube, lube. One for you. More poppers, poppers, poppers. I love, love, love. And then just running feet because of the commitment issues. You have them in Switzerland as well. But at some point, everything opened back up again, right? We could go clubbing again. Clubbing in the UK, very different from clubbing in Switzerland, I tell you that much. I also went back on the apps after the pandemic, right? Discovered Snapchat. Do we know Snapchat? Yeah. Do we like Snapchat? No, everybody hates it. But it's true, right? It's an app solely developed to send around dick pics. Think about it, disappearing pictures. Yes, they're disappearing pictures. And what do you think is under the hood of that ghost? Clubbing, the confusing thing about clubbing in the UK were the toilets, right? How many people do you think fit into a toilet cubicle at the absolute most? How many? Four? Five?
Maybe five.
They're really flexible.
Okay. I mean, intriguing. Thank you, Stephen, I didn't know that. The most I've seen is 14. Right?
Oh.
Wow. But to be fair, they were all twinks, so they were quite fast. Changes the physics. At first I thought they were having sex in there, right? It's tradition. But then at some point I figured out it's more about the sort of sniff, right? You get it? You get it? But I mean, in my naive mind, I thought, yes, of course, you need to blow your noses a lot because you want to do the poppers correctly. Yes. This is a tasting menu. There's a wine scoring card where you can make notes if you like. We all know what poppers are, right? No? Interesting. We will go from poppers to quite advanced stuff later, but strap in. I should have said strap on, right? Really? Yeah, you took the dick of my mouth there. So sorry. Hello.
How you get?
I think we're okay. See ya. That would have been a hate crime and a making. I mean, us clubbing him to death with our dicks, obviously. Obviously. No, but like, poppers, like the straight people have appropriated them by now. For some reason, you can buy them at a corner shop, and Gwyneth Paltrow released one that smells like an armpit. Have we had it? It's rosewater and entitlement. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's number 4 on the list if you want to have a twist later. But what do poppers do, right? Poppers, if you're really interested, poppers change dramatically what God can give you to handle. It's a callback to an earlier joke. Anyway, if someone drops a bottle at a party, everybody opens up, right? Everybody starts to talk about their childhood. No, but poppers, I mean, I like a good bit of poppers, right? This is one of my favorites. Berlin Fist, if you're interested. So, I mean, even during a show, I think having a bit of poppers can be quite an amazing mintage. It is a very advanced technique. Don't do it at home. I have a public liability insurance, but it won't cover that. But I also thought it would be maybe nice to have like a bottle open during the show and then it sort of wafts around, right? But actually, a German guy filling an enclosed space with gas, very tricky. Okay, we're finding the line of the room. Very good. Very good. Noted. The feedback is noted. What I discovered when I started to go clubbing more and more is also the after parties, right? The afters or after party, yes, nodding heads, very good. The after parties, I mean, I guess, yeah, tricky. Tricky?
In Edinburgh, no.
Okay, okay. In London, afters, have you been to an afters in London?
I actually haven't, no.
Okay, it's, I mean, I'll tell you. It's part of the show, I have to. The afters is basically a drug-fueled sex slumber party, right? Everybody there pretends to be a Hoover for a bit. Everything's about sucking. But because people are often quite high, they last quite a long time, right? They sort of start at 4 a.m. when the club closes and then go on until the afternoon the next day. You're so shocked. I mean, for you, it must be quite. And you come in here, I'm in a crop top telling big jokes. I mean, this is really crazy. But thank you for being here. Thank you so much for coming. The afters, because they last so long, I'm fine with that. But for me, longer is not necessarily better, right? On that point, I actually also defined the optimal length of a blowjob, right? It's 15 to 20 minutes. Anything longer than that, I ask them to put an audiobook on. I mean, a podcast at least, right? But anything by Jane Austen really gets me going. Little Women, Is that by Jane? Anyway, shit, I shouldn't have made that reference. No, but there was one time during afters that was a bit tricky, right? When people get really high at an afters, they get sometimes what I call the talkies, right? They go yappa, 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 yappa about everything and anything. It's usually not very interesting chat either, right? Not like German dirty talk, for example. I get asked to do German dirty talk a lot. I never know what to say, so I panic and go, oh ja, bitte mach mir mal eine Steuererklärung und zieh die Dividenden nicht ab. Which basically means please do my tax returns and don't deduct the dividends. Which, as a Swiss person, is very close to my heart anyway. No, but there was this one time where I had a tricky time with someone with the talkies. I was lying on a couch concentrating because God had given me a challenge, so to speak. Here we go. That really sort of divides who. Anyway, you'll pop in a second. And then this guy that has the talkies comes up to me, right? He comes up to me, sits down on the couch, starts to caress my face, and tells me all about how wrong Brexit was. Goes on and on. I was like, look, mate, this is an excellent point, but an incredibly strange time to make it. Not while somebody's getting fisted on a couch. So, fisting. It's like when it's a bit cold outside, you have a cold hand. Imagine like you sort of you're looking for something in your purse. You sort of rummage around. No, it's fine. You Google it later. You have to use a VPN now, but you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Try it on Snapchat. No, but what I really needed when I moved to UK was a good friend, right? And a good friend to a gay man, that position is traditionally filled by the fag hag. Do we have fag hags in? No. I mean, a tricky word for some people. I'm not quite decided yet, but I think I just have enough. I've had enough gay sex to be able to say it. But I met this wonderful person when I moved into my first house share, right? She was an artiste. She collected the gays like they were Pokemon, right? So So snack. Lured them in with brunch, jacked them up on Prosecco, and then watched the drama from the side. Group chat on fire 24/7. When I first moved in, she thought I was straight. I know, right? Ha! But to be fair, I was belting Mr. Brightside at the time. It is your culture, and I do respect that. It was then cleared up when she heard me working out to Kelly Clarkson in the conservatory. She was like, "Ooh, a new one!" She pounced. But she really came through as an ally on one fateful day, and that was the day when I forgot my cock ring in the bathroom. I'd had a visitor for a sleepover in my mouth. And once he'd left, I dutifully carried over all my sex toys over to the bathroom to wash them in the sink, right? Because I'd been told it's not nice to put them in the communal dishwasher. That's what triggers it. The whole fisting bit was fine. Not the dishwasher.
As much as I would love the juices on my plates, you know.
Oh.
You love the juice, that sounds
much
so
as
I mean, now I'm triggered. I love the juices on my plate. I'll take it, the juices. Anyway, no. A few hours later, my straight male housemate comes down the stairs and goes, That's how straight men sound in my mind. What's that like rubber thing in the bathroom? Is it like something to like fix the bike? To his credit, it was one of the more complicated cock rings, right? It was sort of one that had like two rings sort of welded together. Tricky to explain. I brought it with me. So it's like, it's actually alright. Didn't see much action in Edinburgh, I'm so sorry. I'm very busy. So it's like, so you sort of, you put like, can I have a volunteer? Not so eager to joke, you don't have to. No, but like, my housemate, she was amazing, right? She clocked immediately what was going on, texted me, stalled for time. I sprinted up the stairs and hid it away, right? And that, my friends, is true allyship. Forget pride, forget the flags. Help us hide our sex toys, because otherwise straight men will use them to fix their bikes.
Wow.
Because this show is about me becoming a seasoned whore, I also want to pass something on to you. Don't worry, it's not an investigation. I want to pass on some knowledge, right? Just in case any of you are sort of brave or foolish enough to attempt similar levels of debauchery. It will be a good time for you guys, I guess. I want to put together sort of a slut starter pack, if you will, right? So a few essential items you will need. We've covered so far poppers, very essential. We will also add the cock ring, very essential. The next item we will add is the jockstrap.
Ooh.
Over the years, I became more and more confident, so I started to wear more and more jockstraps, right? I will show you now. No, sorry, it's not that kind of show. That one wouldn't be free. $5.99 on OnlyFans. Too much work. No, do we know what a jockstrap is? Right? Yeah. Very show and tell. Have a look. It's clean, don't worry. Show it to your straight man friend. He's wearing one right now. No, the big coincidence about jockstrap is that they were actually developed in Switzerland, right? The first designs were derived from a piece of string and fabric that was used by quite muscular men to carry cheese from the mountaintops down to the valleys to the people, right? What an interesting fact. It's almost like I made it up. No, but it's, I mean, the jockstrap was then discovered by the sports industry, adapted, and then the gays appropriated it. These days it's really the sports bra for the gays, right? Funnily enough, the gays do everything in a jockstrap except sports, am I right? Yeah. There was one straight guy in yesterday who was like, I was wearing one when I was doing rugby. And I was like, you're wearing more jockstraps than the gays do. But okay. The other big item we need to complete the starter pack and to complement the jockstrap is the harness, right? Do we know what a harness is? Yes. At big gay parties or pride, the buffed and muscular guys, they wear them loads, right? It's like leather straps that wind all around your upper body. It's basically trying to simulate the hugs you never got from your dad. Very much like hugs from your dad, harnesses can be hard to come by, right? So when I wanted to get my first one, I sort of went through all the London gay sex stores and compared the prices. The last store I went to was down a dingy alley and had a doorbell to be let in, right? And you always know it's dodgy if there's a doorbell. You will find out why. Do you know the shop?
No.
Okay, it's a real shop.
I'll be there tomorrow.
You'll see. No, it's when I was let in, the shop was quite small, but rammed with sex stuff, right? Leather, latex, handcuffs, butt plugs, everything you need to have a good Saturday with the family. And behind the counter was a person I can only describe as Gandalf in a G-string. I mean, he was great, but he had very much the air of like, come in, little one. Let me show you my wares. To be fair, I had a great time in this shop, right? I tried on lots of harnesses, took my shirt off, pranced around, 7 chest hairs flowing in the wind. Great time. The problem came when I wanted to pay, right? Because when I wanted to pay, Sexy Gandalf tells me about this scheme he runs. He calls it the special scheme. He indicates next to the counter where on a piece of tarpaulin lies a pair of Calvin Kleins that is already a bit crusty. The trick is, every month a customer donates a pair of pants and then other customers come in to donate onto this pair of pants. Shock in the room, she's gonna faint, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it is a real shop, they have a Twitter account and everything, right? At this point you're probably asking, has gay liberation gone too far? And I'd have to say, maybe. No, but at the end of the month, the person who guesses the right number of donations that have soaked into this pair of undergarments gets the honor of taking it home. Now, as you are, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked, but I also sensed an opportunity for validation. And there was a cost of living crisis going on, and that was a free pair of underwear. So I'm now very happy to announce I'm the proud winner of the Krusty Calvins May 2024. You'll be very relieved to know that I won't give you these because they're hard as a brick. Hard as a brick. But we're going to add the jockstrap and the harness to our starter pack. The next items you need is obviously something to keep you safe, right? To keep you safe while you're out and about in the town. And that is obviously a gun! No. I'm not American, I'm so sorry. So sorry. What we need is a few essential pills, right? The first one is PrEP. Do we know PrEP? Very good, very good. PrEP is this little pill you take every day and then you can have unprotected sex without getting HIV, right? Very good for gay people. You don't care at all. Fine. I started to take PrEP because I wanted to have sex with an amateur porn star, right? He was living in the UK, I was living in Switzerland. We chatted years ago. Was he the reason why I moved here? Maybe. Maybe. No, I moved here and then we started to chat more, we wanted to meet, and then he tells me all about his latex allergy, right? I'd never heard of it before, but as we established earlier, I'm incredibly trusting when it comes to strange men on the internet. So I get on PrEP and then we meet, right? Once we meet, he films the whole thing, consensually, but I was a coward, so I wore a wrestling mask the whole time. But I'm very sad to report that it was incredibly awkward. It was incredibly awkward. We had less chemistry than an underfunded secondary school. It just didn't work out. I think it was so awkward he didn't even post the footage, or did he? Find out after the show. No, but it was incredibly wooden, right? Sort of like if you would like slam two Pinocchios together. If only somebody would tell a lie. Nobody did. The other pill is a bit more niche. Do we know Doxypep?
Yes.
Yes, very good, Doxypep, okay. You're on Doxypep? Okay. I saw you at the glory hole last night, but it's fine, I'll get tested now! The end of the show, thank you. No. I mean, Doxypep is an antibiotic. It's been used to treat chlamydia for ages, but you can now take it preemptively. And then, it's really a whore's best friend, right? Because if you take it after a risky situation, which is coincidentally also my drag stripper name, it sort of lowers the risk of you getting any STD by about 70%, right? Really nice. It's sort of the morning after pill for gays, right? You sort of take it after you had a good night out and unprotected sex with about 12 men, which is what I imagine you want to do after the show. It's fine, I'll help you. We've gone.
I'll find more on the window.
He might take some convincing, but I'm sure it's fine. You have to brother double. Sorry, that's
There you go.
fun. The cheese is a bit gross. Anyway, no, we're not. No, but like, Doxypep is incredibly effective, right? Since I started to take it, I've not had a single STD, and I usually go out and have sex with 24 men. You're right not to laugh, it's a toxic competition, but I'm winning. Sorry. No, but I also lost touch with all the staff at all the London sexual health clinics. Right? I will never know if Rebecca ever got that divorce she was telling me about. While she was inserting the cotton buds. Without warning, might I add. That's Doxypep and PrEP. We're going to add these to the starter pack. Right? The other big thing I noticed that is very different from Switzerland to the UK are the beauty standards amongst gay men. This is going to be incredibly unrelatable to you, but we'll plow on. Which is what I said to my boyfriend yesterday. Anyway, I mean, in the UK there is, the beauty standards are higher, right, amongst gay men, they're higher. I think that is because there are more gays around, the sort of critical mass to be superficial has been reached. Because there is this sort of pressure to look like Tom Daly, right? Or at least like his much less attractive but much richer husband. In Switzerland, very different, right? The gay landscape in Switzerland looks different in general. I mean, we have one gay bar. It's a hut in the mountains with a dirt floor. Even worse, they use fondue as lube. Absolutely terrible. I'm lactose intolerant. On that point, do we actually know how the holes get into the Swiss cheese? Do we know?
Oh.
Do we know?
No.
Do you want to know? No. No, it's going to be fine. The scientific explanation is that methane gas develops while the milk is fermenting, right? You're safe. But obviously I'm kidding, there are lots of lonely men in the mountains. And cheese can't run away. Cows can. See, they do it with cows. It's different. No, but also the sort of the beauty standards amongst gay men in Switzerland is different. In Switzerland, you basically have to be not a sheep and you're in. So to distance myself from a sheep as much as possible, I started to shave my body. Right, I started to shave my body. So every Friday, I sort of slot in an hour where I transform into what I call my dolphin shape. It's very slick with one good blowhole. The other thing I started to do to conform to the beauty standards is going to the gym, right? I started to go to the gym. I'd been entering a gym regularly before, but at some point he broke up with me. Wonderful, thank you. No, but when I first went to the gym, I was incredibly excited. I jumped around frantically, pulling at all the levers, hoping it would make me look like Chris Hemsworth or somebody else I've been salivating over since I was 9. That didn't work, so I obviously had to make going to the gym my whole personality. So I got a Huel subscription, and that was that. Woo! Do we have any other Hueligans in?
Love it.
Yeah, of course not. They're always here being insufferable. No, it's fine. You're welcome. I struggle with the gym. I have to be honest. I struggle. For me, it's a chore, but that is partly due because A, the gym is made for short people, right? If I'm quite tall. If I go to the gym, if I want to do a pull-up, I just stand there. If I want to do a bench press, I need a second bench. If I have to go to the showers, I have to bend over. What a tragedy! So sad. No, but I continue to go to the gym. I can continue to plow on, but because I want to have sex with hot people, right? Like all of you. That was insincere. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I continue because I obviously have to try to look like the Insta-gays and the porn stars, right? That's what being gay is all about. But the gym is this sort of weird little like watering hole of sweat and protein shakes, right? Anybody ever had a protein shake? Yeah. What does it taste like? Correct, like body lotion mixed with oat milk and shame. Exactly. But there is a little trick. If you want to do protein shakes correctly, you sort of can. You can make it look like you had a very fun weekend. Very glad I packed the towel. But obviously real bottoms let it dry, am I right? He's not here. He would not approve. Or maybe he would, because he's always ripped. These abs, fuck me. No, but I continue to go to the gym because there's pressure, right? And obviously there is this sort of hierarchy or sexual food chain amongst gay men, right? You're sort of judged on how thin and how muscly you are. And obviously that's terrible. I hate that. It's awful. It holds the community back. It's awful for the mental health of gay men. It breeds body dysmorphia. But I also desperately want to do well and be part of it. I'm a woman cropped up, for God's sake. Please like me. No, but there are even these parties that where the sort of the pinnacle of the food chain meets, right? Your BMI there is basically measured at the front door. The guys who go to these parties are what I call the gym bros, right? They sort of walk and talk like that, almost like straight people. And they sort of, these guys, they go to the gym 7 days a week, right? And they don't own anything that comes even close to a neck. And the fun thing at these parties is nobody talks to each other, right? They all stand there because you have to appear incredibly hot at these parties, right? The circuit parties I'm talking about. You might know them? No, fine. Circuit parties? Okay, fine. They sort of stand around there. There is music and everybody dances. But nobody interacts because you have to appear incredibly hot, right? If you talk to each other, you could be rejected. If you're rejected, you're less hot. If you're less hot, the others eat your face. They need the calories. They are starving. They are starving. But just imagine what would happen if all the gays stopped trying to be ripped all the time, right? Think about it. We would have so much free time and energy. We would rule the world. Think about it. We've got taste and the drugs trade. Thank you. No, but at some point I'd done it, right? At some point I'd been to every single kinky, sexy event in the UK. There was a time when I walked into a gay club in the UK. I knew every single guy in there. Obviously not by name. I could tell them apart by the taste. Of their ketamine. So so I looked afar for kinkier, for bigger events, right? I landed on Berlin. Why Berlin? Because Berlin is the kinkiest city of them all, right? At some point it had 4 masters at the same time. That's another history joke for you there. Google it on the way home, we don't have the time. No, but in Berlin there is this big main club called Berghain. Do we know Berghain?
Yeah.
Yes? Have anyone been?
I tried.
You tried? Yeah, it has this sort of legendary hard door, it's hard to get into. The opposite of my asshole. Thank you for asking. And you've been to Berghain? No? Been to Berghain? Okay. It's very famous for very good techno music. It's quite exclusive. It's a huge industrial building. What not that many people know is that in the same building as Berghain there is Lab, a small gay sex club called Lab. Twice a year, Berghain and Lab join forces. They open each other's back doors, if you will. And they, for an event called Snacks, right? Snacks happens twice a year, once in the summer, once in the winter. Always a strict dress code. In the summer it's leather, in the winter it's sportswear. I think that's cruel. Think about it. In the summer, the leather daddies are sweating their asses off, while in the winter the twinks in the Timu singlets freezing to death. But hey, that's Berlin for you, right? A whole city, nay, a whole country that is into BDSM. You can make that a political joke, but you don't have to. I got into Snacks. It was great. It was really sort of like sweat dripping from the ceiling, thumping techno music, fucking fisting everywhere. The only problem was the lube situation, right? They had taken the industrial approach, huge canisters with pumps on top. You sort of dollop it into your hand as much as you need. The problem was, next to these big canisters were smaller dispensers containing hand sanitizer. I can tell you now, that stuff burns. But then hey, it prevents the spread of STDs so much more effectively than DoxyPep ever could. A squirting in disguise, really. The other issue I had at Snacks was that I wanted to save some money, right? I wanted to save some money, so I booked a room in a posh hotel, but it was a cheap room. It was cheap because it had a communal shower. The communal shower was fine, and the only problem with the communal shower was that the drain in the shower was working, but it wasn't working well enough. You get my meaning? Yeah, it was working, but not working well enough for a bottom with a very busy weekend ahead. Am I right? Have you been to Berghain?
No.
Okay. So what could I have done, right? I could have asked the staff to fix it, obviously, but they might have asked questions, right? And then I would have had to tell them about my sexual history, very much like I did with you for the past 50 minutes. I wasn't brave enough to do that, so what I did, I decided to fix it myself. I went to the supermarket and got Mr. Muscle Drain Gel, the gayest cleaning product I have ever seen. And I fixed it myself. I put it down the drain, the next stain, the drain, clean as my rectum. Anyway, and it worked a treat, right? And I was so proud. I'd enhanced the space I was being in. I fixed the problem they didn't even know they had. I'm a delight, I'm a great person. But I also shat in their shower a few times, so I guess it evens out. And that, my friends, brings us to the conclusion of the show. The relief in your face is palpable. But just as a small summary, we have completed the starter pack. Hey. Here we go. This is me. I will not take questions on that point. Thank you very much. Very important detail, validation from your family, not included. But everything else is here, right? We've covered the poppers, we've covered the cock ring, the jockstrap, the harness, the prep, the DoxyPep, these audiobooks for these long blowjobs. And then if you're ever traveling, Mr. Muscle Drain Gel. I will have a starter pack for everybody at the exit. No, I'm kidding. That's the last joke of the show. I will be at the exit, but I will ask you for money, right? It's a free show. It's free to get in. It is also free to get out, but I will ask you for money. If you liked the show, tell your friends. If you didn't like the show, tell your enemies. I would say each other, but you're already here. If you really like the show, leave a review on the Fringe website. That really helps with marketing. If you didn't like the show, the Fringe website has sadly broken down. I'm so sorry. But all is left to say, you've been a delight as an audience. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good night.